Top 10 Best Netflix Movies. With thousands of movies to choose from and a navigation system and algorithm that doesn't always make the best decisions obvious, deciding what to watch on Netflix may be challenging. That's why we've compiled a list of the top 10 movies available on the service. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel Netflix Tops, where we will watch the top 10. So grab your popcorn and stay with us till the end of this video. Number 10. This movie is the latest collaborative effort from the Oscar-nominated director Richard Linklater and actor Jack Black. The pair have worked together on numerous occasions, perhaps most famously on School of Rock, and their new movie Apollo 10½, A Space-Age Childhood, is an equally joyful release, telling the story of a fourth grader, Stanley, who's sent to space after a pair of NASA scientists, played by Zachary, Levi, and Glen Powell, realize that they have accidentally built modules that are too small for an adult. Though it is about a young boy, Apollo 10½, is set in the past, with the fictional events taking place in the 1960s, the same year that the real-life Apollo 11 launched the first humans to the moon. Furthermore, the film's non-fantastical components are strongly based in Linklater's own past, making it somewhat autobiographical. Meanwhile, Black portrays a younger Stanley. While the movie was shot in live action, the entire thing is animated, with the actors rotoscoped over, leading to some really innovative passages. Number 9. It is a bittersweet coming-of-age story set in mid-80s Naples, where the world's greatest footballer, Diego Maradona, has sensationally signed to play for the city's top-flight team. The Hand of God tells the story of a sensitive teenager and Sorrentino surrogate, Fabieto, the up-and-coming Filipino Scotty. The title alludes to Maradona's disputed goal against England in the 1986 World Cup, as well as the twist of fate that determines the protagonist's future existence. Within its loose, episodic structure, The Hand of God offers some brash laughs. There's fun to be had spending time with Fabieto's larger-than-life relatives, friends, neighbors, plus a diverting drop-in on an extras casting session for a Fellini film. Not one to miss. Number 8. Bull and Rael Major, a married refugee couple newly fled from war-savaged South Sudan, begin a probationary period of asylum in a London suburb, where they are given a shabby townhouse and a weekly stipend. Bull attempts to assimilate by going out into town, hanging out in pubs, using silverware to eat meals, and buying new clothes. But Rael still clings to her Dinka culture and the memory of the child they lost during their crossing. They see specters all over the house and begin to believe that a witch is haunting them. The power of his house comes not from the intermittent scares or constant building dread, but from the devastating final act reveal that forces its characters to reckon with the trauma they've suffered and the guilt that has consumed their lives. There is a particular flavor of horror that exists in experiencing shocking violence and then escaping into a world that makes it seem like nothing more than a dream. Number 7. Hamilton whiz Lin-Manuel Miranda makes his directorial debut with Tick, Tick, Boom, an enigmatic adaptation of a lesser-known work by Rent creator Jonathan Larson. The largely autobiographical story follows wannabe theater composer John Andrew Garfield as his post-college dream collides with reality. Working in a New York diner in 1990, he's burdened with desperate urge to stage his musical ambition before he turns 30. An effective Garfield is superb in his first singing role, while Miranda directs with verve, avoiding the usual stage 2 screen pitfalls while nailing the varied musical numbers. Number 6. This is one of those rare documentaries that's so much more than just a documentary. The film Dick Johnson is Dead focuses on Dick Johnson, a man still very much alive, but will one day, like all of us, die. His daughter, Kristen Johnson, is behind the camera and makes her father walk through various situations that would lead to his death. This is all about coming to terms with mortality and losing loved ones, and does so in a surprisingly upbeat yet melancholy way. You really won't see anything else like it. Number 5. Jane Campion's first feature since 2009's Bright Star is a subtle spin on sibling rivalry, repressed emotions, and rural living. Based on Thomas Savage's 1967 novel, The Power of Dog story dials back to 1920s Montana and into the world of the ranch-owning Burbank brothers, Phil, Benedict Cumberbatch, and George, Jesse Plemons. The more bookish of the two, George, manages the business while the rough-hewn Phil can more typically be found castrating cattle. When George meets and marries Rose, Kirsten Dunst, widowed mother to sensitive teen Pete, Cody Smith-McPhee, it sends Phil into a apoplectic rage. Soon, he's brutally haranguing Rose, who starts to self-medicate with booze and ominously befriends Pete. But there's more to this story than jealousy and rage, as Campion drops hints about hidden love from the past that might well be a dangerous thing in cowboy country. Beautifully filmed with New Zealand doubling for the States, The Power of Dog is currently Campion's most elegant movie since The Portrait of a Lady or even The Piano. True, it has a tendency to meander and lands last nights in Soho's to Mason McKenzie with an underwritten role, but at its heart is a brooding Cumberbatch. Number 4. Right from its first electrifying sequence involving a bunch of bounty-hunting spaceships chasing after a careening piece of garbage, Space Sweepers spins a far future of multicultural, multilingual human life in space that's as exhilarating as it is crushingly dystopian. Tae-ho is a pilot aboard the fighter Victory, along with Captain Jang, engineer Tiger Park, and loudmouth robot Bubs. All of them part of the outer space trash-collecting bounty hunter guild known as the Space Sweepers, who capture space junk and sell it for parts. After a particularly harrowing chase, the crew finds a little girl hiding in a derelict spaceship, who just happens to be a nanobot-filled android that a group of space terrorists have fitted with a hydrogen bomb. At first, the Victory crew plans to sell the little girl back to the terrorist group who lost her, before they realize that she's much more special than she seems. Number 3. A popcorn-friendly horror romp, Fear Street Part 1 1994 is a colorful addition to Netflix catalog. Kiana Madeira leads the cast as Dina, a high schooler who lives in Shadyside, a village afflicted by a severe case of serial killers. Every few years, a Shadysider goes on a murderous rampage, and Deanna and her ex-girlfriend, Alex, get caught in the mystery of why the village is seemingly cursed. Fear Street will delight anyone wanting to sink into some 90s nostalgia or simply enjoy a Saturday night slasher. An R-rated adoption of R.L. Stine's novels have been made with teenage sleepovers, squeamish first dates, and even other popcorn-friendly situations in mind. Not one to miss, and the 2 sequels are just as good as the first, so well worth watching too. Number 2. Following Zack Snyder's Justice League, Snyder is back with the heist movie with an undead twist. Army of the Dead follows a group of mercenaries sent into zombie-ridden Las Vegas, where they need to nab a huge cash prize before the city gets nuked. The problem is, these aren't your regular shambling living dead. They're fast, strong, and organized, and there's even a zombie tiger in the mix. The massive cast includes Dave Bautista, Omri Hardwick, Ana de la Ruga, Ella Purnell, and Matthias Schweifer. There's already a prequel movie and animated series in the works too, so there's plenty more to come if this 2.5 hours of zombie slang action just isn't enough. Number 1. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are credited as producers here, but as with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, their fingerprints are all over this extremely enjoyable Netflix animation, as well as sharing a visual DNA with their madcap CG tune Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. The Mitchells vs. the Machines is as irreverently funny as 21 Jump Street and The Lego Movie, and like Spider-Verse, it has a unique visual style that rewards close inspection. It follows the titular family of 4 plus Pug, as teen daughter Katie, Broad City's Abby Jacobson, appears to leave home for film school. She's content to fly, but dad Rick, Danny McBride, spies a chance to mend their ailing relationship by driving her cross-country to her dorm room, along with mom Linda, Maya Rudolph, and brother Aaron. And this brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.